Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. I'm here to talk about some NFL news. We have a lot of news here, so I'm going to get right into it. All done with the trade deadline really yesterday and a few other news topics, but I'll talk about some more now. I'm not doing the MLB recap from last night to today. I'll probably talk about the World Series Game 5 tonight. Just kind of skip down Game 4. But let's talk about some NFL here, so. I remember when Aaron Rodgers suffered that Achilles injury, people thought, oh, he'd be out for the season. But, update, hashtag Jets general manager, Joe Douglas on Aaron Rodgers' injury said, quote, "We're expecting Aaron to be back." He's going to be so immobile, though. I think they're kind of really rushing, back Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion. They're kind of rushing him back, really fast. He's just not going to be as mobile. I think he might be back with the team, because there's no way he's going to be back. Because you have a higher injury chance. I think basically what it means is him to be back with the team, not just playing football. So, per report yesterday, after Jalen Johnson didn't get traded, the hashtag Steelers, made a, quote, very strong offer to the hashtag Bears for cornerback Jalen Johnson. Per its Schultz report, it wasn't enough to get the 24-year-old standout. So, I want to know what they offered. Like, what did they offer? It's kind of interesting to see what they offered. I mean, Omar tried for the Steelers. It's not like he didn't try. So, but Pittsburgh's probably crying. But Chicago Bears fans are probably really happy. So, an update, the hashtag Jets and pass rusher of Bryce Huff have had contract extension talks per the team. Huff, an undrafted free agent in 2020, has 3.5 sacks this season, 11 sacks in his career, along with 31 QB hits. He's one of the best pass rushers in the league since last season. Since 2022, a 25.7 quarterback pressure rate, which is the best in the league. He's the best pressure rate, but average on actually tackling the QB when he's had the ball. But I'm sure the Jets will re-sign Bryce Huff to a contract. What will it be? I don't know. The NFL sack leaders enter in Week 9. Daniel Hunter, the Vikings, now at 10. Josh Allen with 9. Kayvon Thibodeau with 8.5. TJ Watt with 8.5. And Myles Garrett with 8.5. Trey Hendrickson with 8. Khalil Mack with 7. 7.5 for Hassan Reddick. 6.5 for Montez Sweat. Leonard Floyd. Max Crosby. Justin Madubuike. Texans, Jonathan Grenard with 6, Micah Parsons with 6, George Karlaftis with 6, 5.5 for Mike Dana, and Chiefs Chris Jones, Nick Bonito with 5.5, Josh Webb with 5.5, and Carl Granderson with 5.5. Sorry if I'm moving the camera in a lot, because I have the new cat roaming around, kind of distracting a little bit. But yeah, those are your NFL sack leaders entering this week. So, after the Bears, the 49ers traded for Commanders DN Chase Young. Well, we got a report saying new 49ers pass rusher Chase Young was viewed by some hashtag Commanders coaches as an quote, undisciplined player who developed bad habits per at Mike Silver. Young reportedly deviate from assignments in an effort to make, quote, splash plays. Young will need to play well the rest of the season and hopes to earn a big contract as a pending free agent at the end of the year. I mean, but he's going to get that fixed to make the Commanders look bad, I'm sure. A fresh start with the 49ers, I think, will do him good, and a new environment around there. But I kind of feel like everyone knew this for years. He was kind of a disciplined player, but I felt the 49ers can, make him a more disciplined player. So, Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill broke down how he ended up in Miami while speaking without being Marshall. He says the hashtag Chiefs offered him $58 million guarantees at first, but it wasn't enough, so his agent suggested a trade. The hashtag Dolphins offered him $70 million, while the Jets were offering $76 million. Then Tyreek's mother stepped in to remind him that the state taxes, and said he just chose Miami because it was his, quote, dream to play there. his dream to play. I don't know if that was his dream. I think it's kind of just the money that was offered. I don't think it was his dream to play Miami. I think it's just, the money being offered. So we got some breaking news about Josh McDaniels. He got fired last night at around 1 a.m. They've relieved Josh McDaniels of his duty as head coach. He got 2 coaching jobs. Broncos in 2009 and now the Raiders. And he was fired mid-season of the second year from both teams. It's about damn time. I didn't think they would actually fire him, but they did. In addition to Josh McDaniels being fired per an update, which 2 minutes later, the hashtag Raiders also fired GM Dave Ziegler. Wake up, it's the first of the month. Yeah, this just never made sense. He was a solid offensive coordinator, but he proved he was never meant to be head coach. He's not able to cultivate a locker room, and just a dysfunctional organization like that was the last place he was going to succeed. It just never was going to happen. And there was no interim coach announced at the time. The hashtag Raiders are making linebacker coach Antonio Pierce their interim head coach per Adam Schefter. He was a Pro Bowl linebacker for the hashtag Giants during his playing career. Dang, that's crazy. I feel like he should have been the coach from the beginning then. Because, I don't know, maybe he can do good with this opportunity here. This good little opportunity here for the Raiders. But honestly, it just never made sense from the beginning. He wasn't even a good offensive coordinator with the Rams in 2011. Tom Brady made his career. I don't know if teams should give these Bill Belichick coaching trees more chances. I don't know. And he was offensive coordinator with the Rams in 2011, I think, and they ranked last in offense or something like that. But Sam Bradford, AJ Philly, Kellen Clemens were like the quarterbacks that year, but I don't think it matters who the quarterback is. He just ain't a good head coach or OC. But I don't know if Josh McDaniels will get another coaching job, honestly. We'll just have to see, though. Per report, the hashtag Raiders are leaning towards starting rookie quarterback Aiden O'Connell at QB in Week 9 against the hashtag Giants via Vinny Bonsignor. Josh McDaniels signed Jimmy Garoppolo to a $72.5 million contract in free agency, and he's been a disaster leading the NFL with 9 interceptions. So it looks like they're going to bench him, start Aiden O'Connell, most likely. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense at this point. It's a great opportunity for Aiden O'Connell, in my opinion, to start the rookie. Ow. This cat hit me again. So breaking, the hashtag Bears have fired their running backs coach, David Walker. Source tells K-Fish Bane. This is the second time an assistant coach has left the staff this season after defensive coordinator Alan Williams resigned. Well, he resigned. David Walker, the running backs coach, got fired. Well, I mean, I guess they want to get rid of, all the coaches and bring in some new ones. So we got another update. The hashtag Raiders have also fired offensive coordinator Mick Lombardi, in addition to head coach Josh McDaniels. They are just cleaning house. Damn. It's probably the greatest morning in Raiders history for Raiders fans. Seeing all this news. I get Raiders fans are going to be happy all these guys are gone. So, Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill says he might actually retire if the Dolphins don't bring him back. If I'm not brought back to Miami with this team here, it may be over with. They're going to bring him back. They're not going to let him go. He's going to get however much money he wants, so I don't know why I would say that. The hashtag Eagles signed wide receiver Julio Jones to the active roster per the team. He scored a TD against the hashtag Commanders on a Sunday. Sorry, it's just a fucking cat. A little annoying here. Kirk Cousins shares his surgery was successful. The Vikings quarterback who tore his Achilles. So it's nice. His surgery went successful. The hashtag Jets inquired and made multiple attempts to trade for wide receivers per reports such as hashtag Bucks Mike Evans and hashtag Raiders Devontae Adams. Prior to the deadline, per at Brian Cause, the teams weren't willing to move their top wideouts. Holy shit, if he went from Jimmy G to Zach Wilson, that would have been even worse. So update, the hashtag Patriots had discussions with teams about trading pass rusher Josh Uche. The hashtag Saints were one of those teams per J4 ESPN. The Seahawks also had previous interest prior to signing Frank Clark. Update, the hashtag Falcons were in on hashtag Commanders defensive end Montez Sweat prior to Washington trading him to the hashtag Bears. They were even willing to sign him to an extension via Jeff Harry's pen. It was previously reported the Falcons offered a third-round pick for him. The Bears offered a second, which is where he went. I don't think Washington cares if they sign him to an extension. The Bears are always going to pay more. So, per the update I talked about with Aiden O'Connell, the Raiders are expected. I think that it was always the Raiders were expected to go with Aiden O'Connell as their starting QB against the Giants after Garoppolo's terrible game against the Lions, and eventually now it's pretty much official as expected to happen. They're like doing everything, like they're cleaning house, like with the coordinators, having the rookie quarterback start. Jesus Christ. Per report, the hashtag Raiders were quote very close to trading wide receiver Hunter Renfrow to the hashtag Saints would have reunited him with QB Derek Carr via rap sheet. Hunter wasn't getting used at all in Las Vegas under Josh McDaniels. Maybe that changes now. I guess we'll see what now happens with Hunter Renfrow. Maybe they'll use him, but I don't know if the Saints would use him much either, honestly. Breaking, the Falcons have benched Desmond Ridder. They're going to start Taylor Heineke from now forward. I think it's a smart move. Ridder's fumbled 7 times this year. He's thrown 6 picks. I think it's the right move. But it's going to be, if the Vikings are sticking with Jaren Hall, it's going to be Taylor Heineke versus Jaren Hall. It's going to be it's an interesting matchup. Your AFC and NFC Players of the Week. Offense for the NFC, Jalen Hurts. Defense, Frankie Louvu. And special teams, Brandon Aubrey. For the AFC, Joe Burrow, Justin Simmons, and Thomas Morstead. So, QB Jalen Hurts was asked by the media about his knee. Does it feel any better or worse? He got up and left. He said on multiplications he's not talked about, and they keep asking, but you got to pay the bill somehow. I guess with tweets like that, saying, "Ooh, he just got up and left." Cardinals coach Jonathan Gannon tells media that QB Kyler Murray is fired up and ready to go. He could potentially play this week versus hashtag Browns, but isn't decided yet. Meanwhile, on the other side, Deshaun Watson will practice on a limited basis today. Probably, I don't know if they're going to play him at this point. Cardinals owner Michael Bidwell is accused of berating a black employee in a racially charged manner. Doesn't surprise me. It's kind of just a pathetic franchise at this point. Giants tight end Darren Waller is unlikely to play against the hashtag Raiders on week 9. Could be out for weeks with a hamstring injury. At P. Leonard, NY. It looks like Darren Waller's not going to play. They can't go a week without an injury at this point. The Rams have signed QB Dresser Wynn, also signed Darren Henderson to the active roster. Ryan Tannehill has officially been ruled out for the Steelers game on Thursday Night Football, and rookie Will Levis will get his second start. So Will Levis, it's official. Update, the hashtag Bears are currently working on signing new defensive end Montez Sweat to a long-term extension after trading for him from the hashtag Commanders per the team. He might want out. They have so much cap space, though, they could sign him to a long-term deal. We'll have to see if they want to. The Packers are unsure if Jordan Love is their franchise quarterback for the future, and the GM said he can't say for sure he's the long-term future of the franchise. I don't think he is. I don't think he's the future of that franchise, man. I mean, I hate to say it, I think it's just true. 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan is now 1-31 when trailing by 3+ points entering the fourth quarter. Probably one of the most overrated coaches coaches ever. Yeah, that's really all I have to say for this video, though, so, till next Mac Light. Peace.